Hey, welcome to KEVS Car Chat. Thank you for coming. That's my superhero powers, making letters disappear. Make sure you give this a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I'd love that if you could do that. At the end here, I just saw Avengers Endgame. 2 words, truly amazing. I tell you what, everything everyone said about the movie, how great it is, how awesome it is, it's true. Especially that part. I'm just kidding. There's no spoilers in this video, but I'll tell you one thing, that it was an amazing movie and I loved watching it. If you haven't seen it, you need to do that. And let me just say this. I'm more amazed at how many people have been able to keep their mouth shut about where the plot of this movie is going. Because I was able to see it 2 days after it started, and nobody gave anything away. So that was pretty cool. Endgame. The plot was awesome. The storyline, every character, the way they ended the movie, even better. I feel like there were so many good things, and it definitely is one of the top of my favorite superhero movies. I'm a huge superhero fan. The best part about this movie is I liked Thor. Made me feel a lot better about myself. Thank you, Thor. I'm always blown away at the storylines they're able to come up with over and over and over in superhero movies, and how many things we can blow up and explode and destroy. This one really was pretty amazing, as ironically for a while they started a lot of the characters that were developer thinking more about their lives and where they want to be and how far they've come or where things are headed and what's most important. And as that developed, it's awesome to see how they included some time travel in this movie as well. That is always entertaining. The whole movie itself was amazing. Made like $600 million in 2 days. I believe that if they were able to end the whole superhero movie madness right there, I would feel completely satisfied. The title of the movie couldn't have been any better. Endgame. So speaking of endgame, what do you want your endgame to be? What do you think the end of your life should look like? And to get there, what could you start with today? Setting goals, setting things to get to that point. What do you want your endgame to be? One of the things we do in our group is an activity called a future letter to yourself. And this is simply writing a letter to the future you, if you could have it delivered, sharing information about things of you in the present day to the future you. What's something you would write if you were able to contact your future self? There are songs and there are stories about going back in the past. There are situations where people try to time travel and change things and fix things. But if you could right now write a letter to yourself that you're gonna find maybe just 10, 20 years from now, what would you say? One thing I know what I would write is reminding myself of all the good stuff that I've been able to achieve and the things that have happened to get to where I was at that moment. A lot of times, even though we do go through a heartache or a challenge, we tend to, when things get back to normal, maybe forget about it again and not remember all the things that happened. A letter to my future self would include something that is encouraging, that is supportive, that is helping me remember all the stuff that I've been through and how I got to the place that I was that very day. We don't always have a chance to pick out every detail of where we head to, but we can sure try. What do you want your end game to be? What do you want it to look like? A letter to your future self would be a reminder to keep on track with all of the things that you've been doing. It's a letter of support, of encouragement, of something that you can help yourself remember. Not a list of mistakes and problems, but something that can give you encouragement and a reminder of how far you've come, the things that you've been through, the things that you have conquered, and the ways that you've done them. The key point right now is just to think about what you want your end game to be. Make it a plan and try to aim for that, whether it's a part of your life and your career, of your finances, of your family, whatever it is. Try to figure out what you can do to improve the end story of your life. What do you want people to remember you by, and where your life is headed? What would be something that you could set, maybe reminders, maybe goals and things to look back that you would see in your future self and be reminded of, like, that's where I came from, that's where I started, and this is where I am today, and feel confident and stable in how far you've come through all those years. I challenge you to think of some ways that you can maybe start planning for your future, start planning ahead. And believe me, I need to challenge myself on this too. Whatever the case is, like I said, financially, relationships, your career, whatever it is, of thinking things that you want to do to better reach some of those expectations and goals, and to have the end game of your life to be hopefully somewhere near what you'd like it to be. That's my challenge for you. Thanks for watching.